Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Broken Theory. Today we got a special guest, Bub Styles from BK. What's going on?
Yeah. What's going on, my guy? How are you?
I'm blessed, man. How you doing today?
Shit. Fucking whirlwinds as always, bro. Fucking this is and that.
That's how you know you living for real, bro. That's how you know when life is life and you really living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my life be life and I'm constant fucking great.
Absolutely, man. Hey, but I want to take it back to where it all started for you. How did your journey on music start?
Shit, man. I mean, back in the day, I used to have like a lot of rapper and producer friends, but I wasn't rapping and I wasn't producing. I was just like in the mix with motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of one day I was in the studio at my man's studio, and he fucking like I was like, yo, I'ma hop in there. Like I had like a little verse. You know, everybody that's in the rap has like a little verse, you know what I mean, that they like fucked around with. Mm-hmm. I had a little verse, you know what I mean? Didn't have any intention of doing nothing with it. But then just like I was like, yo, throw on the beat, I'm going in. People was laughing and shit. People were like, all right, let's see what's going on. I hopped in, smoked that shit. And then motherfuckers was like, oh, nah, come on, you need to do this. And I was still like, you know what I mean? I was playing it for everybody and shit. Everybody was like, yo, this shit is hard. And I was like, yeah, it's cool, you know what I mean? But then, you know, sure enough, I did 2 joints, and I did 3 joints, and I did 4 joints. Next thing you know, I had a tape. Next thing you know, like my shit started like bubbling out of nowhere, bro. And it just kind of like, I was kind of spoiled at first. Because the first shit I ever dropped ended up going crazy.
What song was crazy. That? So if
it's
the people want to check it
anymore.
out. Oh, it's not?
It's not out anymore because the producer was through. It was like technically a producer song, you know what I mean? But me and that guy, we don't really talk no more. So
I got
that
you.
like kind of, he kind of like took everything off. But what are you going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went looking for it a little bit ago. It's funny that we're talking about this and I couldn't find it nowhere. I'm like, this motherfucker. But
hey, it was called Villains.
It was called Villains.
But you know one thing about that, man? You know, people could do anything to spite you. You know what I'm saying? But they can't make another one. You know what I'm saying? You can. So it's like, what are you really doing? You know what I mean? You blocking your own blessings.
Absolutely not. And I feel like even at that moment, he was kind of like, even though that was my man's, he was kind of like when the shit blew up, he was doing his own thing. Like he was moving, you know what I mean? He was moving and grooving. But when the shit, like the first shit I was on blew up, he was kind of like, all right, this is, you know what I mean? This is interesting. Like I don't think he was. Then of course he started rapping, and then it went all crazy after that. But
nah, I feel it, man.
But we're here now. And that's what's important.
So what age was that when you were starting? How old would you say that you were?
I was like 21 probably.
And how old are you now?
It was a long time ago. I'm 35 now. So it was a while ago. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, it's not like I just hit the ground running and started putting out mad music. You know what I mean? I was here and there with it. You know what I mean? I would say I probably like started to put out consistent music. Like my first solo tape was 2016. But then the next one was until 2019, I believe, 2018.
Why so long?
So it was like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, but yeah,
why was the gap in between, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I mean my first solo tape was, you know what I mean, I was down with a clique and I was like doing a bunch of songs on other people's records and like, you know, not necessarily taking it so seriously, doing little shows here and there and shit. And then like I'd say my second tape, Long Nights, Cold Winters, when that dropped, it was kind of like, oh, okay. And then when the third tape dropped, Boys Head Bubs, Cold Cut King, it was like, oh, nah, we here now.
Yeah.
And then it's just been kind of growing ever since, especially since COVID. Since like 2019, 2020, it's been really kind of bubbling a lot more. And yeah.
That's what's up, man. I'm happy for you, man. I want to see you win. I've been watching you for some time, man, and just like your cadence and stuff. Like, I want to talk to you about that real quick, if you don't mind. Your cadence, bro. How did you get to the point where you at with it right now? Because, bro, it'd be immaculate.
Nah, thank you, bro. Shit, dog. I don't even know. Like I used to kind of record like shit would be kind of like more like chilled, laid back vibes a little bit. You know what I mean? And then like, I don't know, like your voice changes over time. Things in life start to happen that you start screaming into the mic a little bit more. And you know what
those
I mean?
whirlwinds.
Like, you know, it takes, I think for every rapper that's like those whirlwinds, exactly. I think for every rapper that like, you know, like really takes this shit seriously and been doing it for a while, like it takes a little bit to find your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like you could start and the shit could be fire, but like then it takes like a certain point for you to get to that you like, this is how I want my fucking voice to sound. You know what I mean? Like this is how I rap these words.
So
and, you know,
what brought you to that? What brought you to that process to where you realized like this is how I want my shit from here on out? Like this is the standard.
I've always been into aggressive music. You know what I mean? Like aggressive music has always been my like the shit that I always gravitated towards. So I mean it was natural, bro. You know what I mean? Like between the ferocious New York rap that I grew up on, between that and like hardcore music, you know what I mean? Like I just kind of like this is how I like to let this fucking beautiful voice be heard. You know what I mean? I just gotta you add a little bass to it, you add a little raspiness, and you know what I mean? It's reminiscent of the people that I love growing up. I think that's just where it came from.
Absolutely, man. With that being said, man, I definitely want to know if you can give me 5 people that inspired you heavy to be who you are right now as an artist.
Finesse.
Shit, Big L, Ghostface, Big Pun. That's 3. Should I say like Busta Rhymes?
Wow.
And maybe like that fifth slot. Somebody, Biggie.
Gotta do it for Brooklyn.
Exactly. L Pun, Big, Ghost, and Bus.
All New York.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Put it that way. That's a fact.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Can you share a memorable experience from your journey in the hip hop industry to where you was like, oh yeah, it's moving now?
Shit.
I know you said COVID kind of took it up.
Yeah, COVID just, I feel like for a lot of artists, it fucked motherfuckers up because the shows had to stop and people weren't being as face-to-face with it. But I think for a lot of artists, it just gave, I know for me, it gave me time to clear my head and clear my schedule so that I could just really fucking like hone in, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, like before COVID, I was moving, like shit was moving. My sound was already there, my style was already there, like, but COVID really just gave me the opportunity to kind of like, just fucking like, just cook without anything else really being on my mind. That was a blessing. But I would say one thing that really was really fire. I guess my first vinyl drop sold out fairly quickly. It was like less than 24 hours, which I know for a lot of people that isn't you know what I mean, that's not like a crazy thing to say, but 300 copies in under 24 hours for my first vinyl drop.
That's big, man.
Yeah, man, I didn't know what the fuck it was gonna do. You know what I mean? It was called Very Sucio Muy Picante.
Are you independent?
Yeah, all independent.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm independent. I mean, the vinyl, like that was put out through a vinyl label.
Which label
was
that?
I didn't press the vinyls myself. That was Hip Hop Enterprise and Ill Cats Records.
So how did you go about landing that? I mean, just for all the artists out there that's listening that want to maybe get their shit on vinyl, was it like maybe a connection that you already had and they came to you, or like was it something that you pursued?
Nah. They approached me.
That's fire.
All my vinyl drops. I have 5 vinyl drops. Two of them we kind of shopped around a little bit, but mostly it was just like labels wanting to fuck with me, and I'm extremely, you know, blessed to have that.
That's dope as hell, man. That's dope as hell.
Yeah, brother. You know, the first, I didn't know what I was doing at first, you know what I'm saying? So my first deal, there was nothing up front, which now, of course, I would never do for physicals. But like back then, it was like, yo, we'll press it and we'll give you X amount of copies that you could sell on your own and make your money. You know what I mean? And I was like, I was a starry-eyed fucking, you know what I mean? I was a starry-eyed artist. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this label wants to fuck with me. They gonna print it. It's gonna be everywhere. And I'm happy I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a big thing in artists is they like block. I think they block certain opportunities because of the like bottom line. Because of the bottom line price, they start to do the calculations in their mind, and then they realize that like whoever they fucking with is making more bread than them, which is probably true. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not saying that everybody should just let everybody step all over them. Absolutely not. But like for me as an artist at the time, it made sense in my mind to just whatever, get my shit pressed, even if the money wasn't really there up front. And you know, I think a lot of artists might not do that off the bat, which I totally understand, but I'm really glad I did, you know what I mean? Because it kind of like put me in a space where people were interested in my physicals in the first place. You know, I still have a few of those. It was just a really cool fucking thing to have as a young artist, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And I mean, I think that's motivating, you know, at least for the young artists that like have never even thought about having physical copies, man. That's a goal to achieve for real, because like, you know, streaming music is one thing, and the way that the industry kind of changed, it went from people purchasing physical copies and, you know, driving to an actual store to get them, you know what I mean? Which took a lot for somebody to stop their day and go and, you know what I mean, spend their money and go get it, you know what I mean? And then it went to streaming, and then now we're like bringing it back, man. So it's like, you kind of one of the pioneers to bringing this shit back to vinyl, bro. For real.
Yeah, come on. I mean, dog, you know what I mean? It's a cool thing. I think it's a very unique thing within our scene. I know that there's vinyls being sold by major artists as well, because I feel like it's just kind of like a default thing to do. It's kind of like the retro thing to do. But I mean, within our scene, like, you know how important like the physical game is. Pause. You know how fucking crazy. You know what I mean? You know how important that is to our rap scene.
I mean, at least to people like us that, you know what I mean, treasure that type of stuff. Some people could care less, but like, we make the music for the people that like that type of shit, like us. You know what I mean? Like, for a younger version of ourselves or something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I keep it real. Like, me personally, like, I don't collect vinyls. I don't have a vinyl player.
Oh, you don't?
I never bought a vinyl in my life. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, no. I feel like there's a lot of artists like that. I feel like you'd be surprised, even the ones that selling out instantly, and even the ones that have these huge vinyl deals and all this shit. Like, I feel like you'd be surprised by like it's more about the idea of the vinyl rather than it being like something you're so interested in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. For sure. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's still a business. You know what I'm saying?
Finesse, baby.
Absolutely. I think the vinyl game, I don't know if it's still the way it was like a couple, like 2-3 years ago. I feel like 2-3 years ago, the vinyl game was like at its strongest within our scene. I feel like it might be dying down a little bit, but you know, I don't know. I love to see it regardless.
Absolutely, man. How do you balance staying true to your roots while evolving your sound and like, you know, trying to test the limits and, you know, keep doing different things?
I think that I think I'm a really unique artist in the sense that I don't feel like I have to stick to a certain sound at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a lot of my shit you might say is just like aggressive, quote unquote, like boom bap, hardcore hip hop. But then I got a lot of shit. Like, my influences come from everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I listen to as much drill as I do like hip hop. You know what I mean? And you know, I do drill shit. I'll do trap shit. I'll do mellow shit. I'll do like soulful shit. I feel like I'm kind of like in the space where, yeah, I have a thing that people expect from me, but also they know that I kind of step outside
Your
my
range.
regular shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my range, exactly. I think my range goes kind of crazy, and I think that is natural. You know what I'm saying? No matter what type of song it is, it's me, and I think that's what a lot of people appreciate about my shit.
100%. I definitely do, man. Who are some of the producers that you would want to work with?
Producers, I would say Alchemist, absolutely. Pharrell would be fucking crazy. DJ Premier, of course. I would love to work with Just Blaze. I would love to work with man, there's just so many. Madlib.
Okay. All right.
Madlib. I
can see you making classics with all of them people, man, honestly.
Absolutely, man. Timbo.
Timbo been going beast mode.
Yo, even fucking like Mike Will Made It.
Yeah.
I would love to do some shit with Mike Will.
Make something for New York, bro. Like a New York anthem. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think he's incredible, man. I really do.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Them beats hit hard. How do you handle criticism in this industry?
I don't let that shit get to me, bro. I really don't. Like, I do, you know what I mean? I do see it here and there. Like, once in the blue, I'll have a YouTube comment or like little stupid Instagram comments. You know what I mean? I'm somebody, bro. I do not let that shit bother me. But I'm kind of like that in my regular life too. If somebody's like, yo, like if I'm arguing with somebody, you know what I mean? It's about to be static. Somebody's like, you fat motherfucker. Somebody, like, I'll never let that bother me. Like, like you can't say anything surface about me that like really could get to me. And I have this conversation with a lot of artists and a lot of people like within my space and industry, and it's like certain people let certain shit get to them. They're like, wait, what do you mean? Fuck you. And I'm just like, I'm not like that, bro. I feel like I have such a confidence in self that like those weird little comments, like I actually laugh at them.
You have to, bro, because like it's usually from somebody's burner account. Like they're so insecure, they don't want nobody to know who the hell they are, where they live. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, bro. Like, I mean, I understand privacy. You don't want everybody to know where you live, but half of these motherfuckers doing that shit because they want attention. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's other source problems.
Make a funny comment and leave your address on there. I'll come give you a fucking big hug. You know what I mean? I'll give you a big hug and a kiss on the forehead and tell you it'll be all right. Like, bro, I really don't give a fuck about these haters, bro. Keep it real.
Yep, absolutely, man. What advice would you give aspiring rappers looking to make it in the hip hop scene in today's market?
Man, just drop. Just drop, bro. I got so many very talented homies that make music and it never leaves their hard drive or never leaves their homies text thread or it never leaves their car booming. Like, bro, drop shit, bro. Just drop, man. Like, obviously if you want established artists, you can't, you know what I mean? I would say maybe it would be beneficial to not drop so constantly. If you're just trying to get your feet wet, bro, drop. Try shit out. What do you have to lose, bro?
How often would you say?
Because then you're going to hold on to these songs. Then in a year, in 2 years, after not dropping them, they're not gonna sound right to you. You haven't quite found your voice yet, or you haven't quite found that thing that people love about you yet. You know what I mean? Just fucking test the waters. Just don't be scared. When I started making music and shit, it was like I was hesitant to drop too, because I'm like, damn, this is gonna be how people, you know what I mean, like my first break into the gate. This is what people are gonna hear first. This is gonna be people's impression of me. And then like you start to realize that like, bro, nobody was looking at me back then. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was looking. Like, it's more for me and the homies, and God forbid a couple blogs pick it up. Like, I guess that was back in my days, but God forbid it gets playlisted or whatever the fuck. If you get some new fans out of it, some new collaborations, just eyes on your shit, just drop, bro. That'll be my advice.
100%, man. Can you talk about a song of yours that holds some like special, significant value to you?
Shit, all of them do. Keep it real. Where do I go from?
Like, if you could just pick one that probably means the most, so people that don't know about you could go and stream that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many. I would say the outro of Outerwear season 4, which I just dropped in March. The outro is called Disfortune. It's a record that a lot of shit was kind of like fucking with me in that period that I wrote that song. And there was a lot of shit going on friendship wise and a little bit business wise and a little bit like, it was just shit that really kind of like was just like weighing down on me, you know what I mean? And I would say like that song, I let a lot of feelings out, and I let, whether the people that it was about heard it or not, like it made me feel like, yo, you know who I'm talking about, motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, it's about like basically fucking giving people love and not getting the right love back. Put it that way. You know what I mean? And then like motherfuckers that think they on top is really on bottom, and it's unfortunate the way people decide to act sometimes, especially when you've given so much of yourself to them. Yeah,
man. You could definitely bring a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. You know
exactly. What I'm saying? That's what the song is about. Nah, dead ass.
Everybody can relate to that, though.
You just hit the nail on the head, bro. That's it.
Shit, I think that's a marketing campaign right there. We gotta talk about that, bro.
Absolutely. And then it's my fault. You're not drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. What do you think sets your music apart in the hip hop scene today?
I think it was like what I was discussing earlier, that I'm not afraid to do different shit. You know what I'm saying? I think like my voice and my just writing abilities sound natural in so many different styles that I feel like a lot of people can't do. I feel like a lot of my peers kind of have this, and that's no hate, because they people that I think are amazing artists, but they kind of like have less dimensions than I do. You know what I mean? I think I'm an infinitely dimensional artist. I could do a lot of different styles. I could do a lot of different type of shit. So I think that's what sets me apart, is that you never know what to expect from some BUB style shit.
Absolutely, man. And the greatest artists, you actually never know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And that's what makes the music even more exciting, because it's like, what? Oh, this is the time. This is the moment. You know what I mean? Like, Bubs gave the check on it.
Yup, you goddamn right. I might drop, you know what I mean? I might drop what you used to hearing from me, some greasy, very aggressive, kind of like, down.
Come under the Timberland shit.
You know what I mean? I might do that, but then I might really throw on a tracksuit and some uptowns and fucking do little kicks and spins on my drill shit. Yeah. I might come out with an R&B record. I might have to get on my Ruben studding real quick.
with the taco meat out, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a Cuban link, button down, all down. Yeah.
Yeah, in a velour Sergio Tacchini shit. You know what I mean?
They don't know nothing about no Sergio, bro. No.
Nah, come on.
Don't put them on, bro. They ain't ready. They budget ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Cut that part out.
How do you connect with your fans, both online and live performances? Is there any like funny fan stories or like something crazy that you ever connected with a fan? Like,
I mean, I think it's like mostly the most kind of shit that catches me off guard with fans is when I'm not in a place that people would expect to see me. You know what I mean? Like when I'm at a show, my fans is gonna be there.
yeah,
you know what I mean? If I'm dropping some shit, my fans are gonna be in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm like grocery shopping or some shit, or if I'm like at the bar, but like not at a necessarily hip hop bar, or if I'm fucking like when I'm doing regular shit, and if I'm waiting on a homie or waiting on shorty, you know what I mean, like outside somewhere, and then somebody pops up, like that's the shit. That's the shit that really like will kind of take me aback. You know what I'm saying? And that shit happens all the time. That shit happens all the time, more and more, and it's a blessing, man. Like I actually like a funny thing, like I guess it was like a month ago. I had like a slight little like halfway like aggressive little like interaction with somebody, and like in a bar, and then like I won't even say what it was about, but then
was it after a performance or something?
Nah, bro. It wasn't
like regular shit. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't at a music venue. It was at a fucking regular ass bar. I had a little funny like little interaction with somebody like that was like about to be like on some like maybe staticky shit, and then the dude just looks at me and he looks at me for like 2 seconds and he's like, "Yo, you Buff Styles, right?" And I was like, "Nah, for real." And he was like, "Yeah, oh shit, like yo, like fuck all that shit, like yo, good to meet you, bro, like dead ass, I fuck with you." I was like, God damn, this guy that I might have had to square up with 2 seconds ago, is on some like, yo, Buff Styles. And I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? That's just one story, but shit like that kind of happens more and more. And I guess like as much as it's kind of like an invasion of privacy, sometimes I feel like it's a blessing at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
With great power comes great responsibility. You know what I'm saying? 100%. What projects and collaborations are you currently working on that you could talk about? And what can fans expect next from you?
The next album is called Business Casual Gold Caps. And it's produced by Vinyl Villain out of Massachusetts. Super fucking fire producer. Me and him kind of locked in. It was maybe like over a year ago at this point. And we just like really honed into some really fire shit. A few people on that album. I got my man Rim. My man Rim is on there. My man Daniel Sun is on there. Dun Daly from Feed the Family's on there. Luca, super fire artist. Got some other shit in the tuck. Got some shit with Great God, that's incredible. Got some shit with Mav, that's incredible. Yeah, man, I got like I'd say 3 albums done at this point. Me and my man Chubbs got an album produced by Gore-Tex that you could look for probably at the end of the year. Gore-Tex being of nonfiction fame, of course, fucking legend. Yeah, man, a lot in the talk.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that, man, because I'm definitely looking forward to some new music from you.
Man, thank you, bro. You're gonna love this new drop.
Absolutely. How do you handle the pressures of fame and maintain like your mental health and like keep yourself kind of on a swivel?
I mean, fame is a strong word. You know what I mean? Maybe local fame. I can see local fame because besides the music shit, I'm kind of known like in the circles that I run in. Like I'm a very distinctive figure within in certain circles in Brooklyn. But I mean, shit, the mental health isn't always there, bro. I keep it real, you know what I mean? Like when you undertake as many projects and as many things as I do, it's very difficult sometimes to kind of segment your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely run into problems with mental health and mental clarity. But yeah, bro, you just gotta keep that shit pushing, man. I mean,
what are some of the ways that you kind of like realize, oh, I need to check myself, or like, you know, maybe reset, like when you're not feeling, you know what I'm saying, on point? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, hold on, let me take a step back real quick.
It's hard for me, bro. Like, I mean, if I look at my schedule now, I'm not just saying this, like, on everything I have something to do every day till the end of August. Like, every single day I have a commitment, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Today I had shit to do before and I have shit to do after this. But
yeah,
I mean, it's a blessing at the end of the day. Like, I guess it's when the calendar clears up that you really have to start like being like, what the fuck? Because both things drive me crazy. Both having way too much shit on my plate and having not enough on my plate, both those things drive me crazy. So I think I'm the wrong person to ask about the balance. You know what I mean?
Nah, well, I mean, it's all about like, you know, at some point, you know, I see what you're saying as far as like, you know, you got shit to do, you got shit you got to take care of. But like, once you finish all of that stuff, is that the time that you pretty much is like, yo, let me go do something for myself. Let me, you know what I mean? Let me go take care of something that I've been meaning to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I do that every day. I just have to fucking stay taking care of shit that I got to take care of. You know what I mean? Between the BUB Styles brand, between you know, fucking paying the bills and doing everything I do outside of BUB Styles.
Yeah.
Then doing Chinatown Sound, then doing fucking friends, shorty. It's really it's tough to say how much time I can really keep for myself. But you know what I mean? I filled my plate, so I'm gonna just keep eating at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person that's gonna woe is me. Maybe it comes across that sometimes to the people close to me, but at the end of the day, I'm somebody that appreciates what I got and appreciates the workload that it comes with.
Absolutely, man. Gratitude is really important in the music industry, man. You just gotta be thankful for what you got. It's not about the numbers. It's not about, you know, who's the biggest. It's none of that. Just worry about the art, worry about what you're doing, and take care of business. If you could ask yourself, well, if you could give yourself advice at the younger state when you were first starting music, what would it be and why?
That's a good ass question. To not be so fucking specific as far as, I mean, everybody's artistry is their artistry and everybody wants their artistry to be communicated the way they want it to be. But I would say, like, it goes back to what I was saying before about just drop. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, getting the head start when you're starting out is important. So I would just say, just fucking don't hold on to shit too much. Let it out to the world, you know what I mean? Like this drop doesn't make or break you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that a lot of young artists kind of hold on to their first drop. And I think it's just like, I feel like if I would have crammed the amount of work I did in the first 5 years of me rapping, as opposed to like being so fucking picky about shit, I feel like that would have just gave me an earlier base to just like be doing shit at a younger stage. You know what I mean? But that being said, like, everybody's journey is their journey. My journey ended up working out for me, and it's still working out. You know what I mean? So
Finesse, baby.
I would say, yeah, that's all I would tell myself. Yo, stop sweating the small stuff, bro. Just do it. Just fucking do it.
How do you deal with writer's block or creative slumps if you ever get them?
It's funny you asked that because I was having some, like 2 weeks ago, I was having some serious writer's block in the lab. And it was driving me fucking crazy.
It was just like every time you tried to get at it or you had time, like you couldn't?
Yeah, I mean, I record my studio session is once a week. So I do go to other homie studios and shit and get shit done, but like my shit is once a week. So every session I go in and I get shit done. You know what I mean? Whether it be a lot of mixing, whether it be fucking this, that, whether it be a couple songs, whatever. Like, I'll get shit done. But I was having some real bad writer's block like 2 weeks ago. But I think just doing shit is what helps my writer's block. Being around people being around people that make you social, being around people that make you think, even being around people that make you argue. You know what I'm saying? Like, just kind of like being in your element and stepping outside and seeing some shit and interacting with the world. That's what helps my writer's block. I'd say it's just outward interaction.
That's an amazing answer, man. That's something that, like, you know, I noticed that, like, when you're in a creative mode, bro, everything just flows. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's underrated, like, bro.
Yeah, going when you break it.
My fault.
Nah, go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. Going out with your friends and fucking getting drunk and fucking being here and there and being mixy and doing whatever the fuck. Like, that shit is underrated. It's overrated also, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely overrated as well. You don't want to be somebody whose, like, whole life is just, like, based off, like, their popularity in the outdoors.
Yeah,
but,
that's not good.
Yeah, you don't want to be that. But, yeah, like, really just, like, letting loose and just, like, fucking, and just having a good time is really, really underrated, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? And it really can help your artistry. Help you see some different shit. Taste some different foods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, drink I'm a foodie, man. I gotta have some different food everywhere I go, bro. I gotta try what they famous for.
Absolutely, bro. I'm a big eater, as you know from listening to my music. I'm a fucking I'm very, very invested in fine dining. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. How do you handle the business side of your career?
I do it all myself. I got no help. As far as artistically, I have like, you know, of course, the producers and artists I work with. My man G is my business partner in Chinatown Sound, and also my videographer, and also one of my best friends in the world.
That's what's up.
He's been a fundamental part of my career. He just, like, the visuals that come along with my music are very, very important. Always have been. And in the past, like, 5 years we've been working together, he's really, really been instrumental in making sure that my shit look right. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely very grateful for him. But as far as the business side, it's all me.
Yeah.
And if anyone out here is listening, can help me the fuck out. I need to take a headache off my head.
You need a break, man, for real.
I need a fucking break. I had a couple managers here and there, but it wasn't people that really knew how to handle me or how to promote me or how to, you know what I mean, get my shit done. So, anybody out there that really feels like they could fucking take on this fucking pile of headache, you let me know. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate you tapping in with us, man. Is there anything that you want to say before you get out of here?
Man, just thank you, bro. Thank you for having me on.
No doubt.
Go bump all that BUB style shit. I got about 20 albums that fucking disgust and filth. Go bump all them shits. They're all very special, and I have something to say on all.